What is up, fellas? What's up? What's up? Gotta get this music right. I want to make sure it's low so you guys, or it's not too loud. But what's up, fellas? We got a pretty interesting showdown slate tonight. We got a really good game. This should be a fun one. Seahawks and Rams. Guys, as always, for the next 35 to 45 minutes, we're just gonna talk through tonight's slate. We're gonna answer any questions you have. I see already some of you have started throwing questions in chat. I appreciate that. What's up, fellas? What's up? Hello from Pittsburgh. What's up, Dee? Appreciate you watching all the way from Pittsburgh, my man. What's up, Noah? Thanks for the content as usual. You the man. Let's get some W's tonight. Still high on Lockett here. Hey, good luck tonight, T-Money. Appreciate you tuning in, man. And yeah, I mean, Lockett's it's interesting between him and DK. Like, God, choosing between DK and Lockett like on a weekly basis is just so, God, it's so random, man. Like, those dudes are literally a coin flip. And on tonight's slate, you almost got to hope you get Lockett, DK right. Usually the way it goes is one of them goes off and the other one just has like a mediocre game. So you almost have to hope you just get the right one. I think I prefer DK over Lockett, but hey, if you're high on Lockett, then ride with it, T-Money. What's up, Oduva? What's up, Chris? Let's do it, Noah. Thank you. You the man. Appreciate that, Jose. Appreciate that. I think I got 3 questions max about this, or I think I got about 3 questions max. This slate's crazy. Hey, start throwing them in chat, Chris. Playing single entry, would you run Stafford and Russ in the same lineup and fade Kupp, or would you play Kupp? I tend to prefer quarterbacks over receivers just because of the floor that quarterbacks give you, and especially on this slate, both the quarterbacks are 2 of the top projected options, as you would expect. Cooper Kupp in the projections that I use is actually projecting higher than Matthew Stafford, but I would probably take Matthew Stafford and Russell Wilson ahead of Cooper Kupp still. What's up, Noah? Let's hope Stafford and Kupp break the slate tonight. I mean, the way Kupp's been playing, he definitely could break the slate. Finally had a mediocre game last week, and he still went for like, I don't know how many points he scored last week. Still went for 11 DK points, and it was a bad game for Cooper Kupp. Like, it just shows you how high his floor is. Just getting so much volume this year. I think it's about time, though, that we get a Robert Woods ceiling game. The Robert Woods ceiling game, it's coming. It's coming, man. $5 super chat from Nick Richard. What's up, Nick? Appreciate you super chatting, man. Collins, Evans, or Khalil Herbert, Kirk, Ayuk, Drake, or Dylan in my flex. Mike Davis or Crowder in my flex.
Oh,
okay, so yeah. Collins, Evans, or Herbert. You gotta specify which Evans that is. I don't know which Evans that is. Like, I wouldn't assume that's Mike Evans. So I can't really answer that one, Nick. If that's Mike Evans, I would say Mike Evans. If that's a different Evans, you need to specify. But Kirk, Ayuk, Drake, or Dylan in my flex. Give me Christian Kirk there. And then Mike Davis or Crowder, I would take Mike Davis. But thank you for the $5 super chat, Nick. I appreciate that, man. Just comment like which Evans that is, and then I can answer that question. Let's get this money, get both quarterbacks in tonight. Hey, I'm kind of leaning that way, Keith. I think this is definitely a slate where both quarterbacks probably will be in the winning lineup, if I had to guess. Chris Evans, okay, I got you. Between like Chris Evans or Alex Collins, if Chris Carson's out, I would take Alex Collins. I mean, Alex Collins is going to be a really good value play, you know, if Chris Carson's out. We still don't have that news yet, but we should be getting it like any minute now. Let's go with a no. What's up, Tank? What's up? What's up, Patrick? Homer in play. He's the pass catching back. I would say that Homer is in play if Chris Carson's out. If Chris Carson plays, I don't have interest in Travis Homer. But Travis Homer, DJ Dallas, I think would both get a few touches each, and they would become viable if Chris Carson's out. They're super, super cheap, you know, on the Draftkings. You would be glad to know Logan Thomas getting hurt and not playing Dalton Schultz didn't kill me because you helped me not play Hines. I was up 5 going into Monday and had Mike Williams. Hey, you got lucky there, Matthew. You got lucky there. I remember you asking, like, you were down or you were winning by 5 and your opponent had Mike Williams, and I told you like you had no chance. And sure enough, Mike Williams less than 5 DraftKings points last week. Crazy. You think Odell will ever get over his massive ego and stop being overrated? He only had 2 receptions last week at 5,800. Does his Mario versus Chargers justify the price increase of playing him? I mean, if you watched the game last week, Odell had a lot of opportunity. Like, he was wide open down the seam, and Baker Mayfield just completely missed him. Like, Odell should have had a way better game than he did last week. I'm still pretty high on Odell. I don't know if I'm playing him this week. I haven't even, like, taken a deep dive in the main slate yet. But Odell's going to be viable while Jarvis Landry's out. He's going to get all the targets. I mean, he still got a lot of targets last week. It was just that Baker Mayfield was so inefficient. What are you having for dinner tonight, Noah? We're getting a pizza. Ordering a pizza. Don't know where from yet, but we're definitely getting a pizza. Van Jefferson or Higbee? That's a close one, Chris. I think I prefer Tyler Higbee, but both Higbee and Van Jefferson are in play for me, for sure. Higbee's probably going to be on the field more. I think he probably gets a few more targets than Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson gives you more like deep play potential, but I would probably take Higbee. Best captain, Henderson or Woods? I think I would prefer Robert Woods. Robert Woods, like, God, he's been mediocre to say the least. I mean, he's not been great this year, but I think we're going to see a big Robert Woods game at some point. He still should be pretty involved on a weekly basis. He should still see a good amount of targets. He's not priced that high, so I definitely like Robert Woods. I think Darrell Henderson's also a good option, but I would probably take Robert Woods there. Robert Woods or Lockett? For the savings, I think I'd take Robert Woods, honestly. What's up, Super Brandon? Appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in chat in a while, but I appreciate you being here, man. Rams sneaky play. They got smoked by Murray, but it seems like they're always a low-scoring defensive battle with Seattle. And when Seattle and the Rams play, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm on the Rams defense. I don't really like either defense on this slate. There's just other values I prefer overall. All right, Chris Carson's out. Do we just get that? Okay, Chris Carson is out. So, yeah, with Chris Carson out, I mean, Alex Collins, so cheap, 3,200. Now, I don't think Alex Collins is just like this lock and load, have to play him. But if I was playing like 150 lineups tonight, I would probably have at least like 50% Alex Collins. We never really get value running backs, like starting running backs this cheap on a showdown slate. Normally the starting running backs are like 7, 8K. So getting a starting running back at 3,200, yeah, Alex Collins is the best value on the slate now. And I think when the projections update, you know, the projections are going to agree with me there. And like, I would say just in my head, like a rough projection for Alex Collins is probably, I'd say he probably gets like 10 to 12 carries. He probably gets like 3 to 4 targets. And at 3,200, yeah, he's going to be a really good value now. I wouldn't go overboard, but I think Alex Collins is the best value on the slate now. And you could play him at captain. I don't really go cheap at captain too often, but Alex Collins, you know, starting running back, 4,800 at captain. Like if you play Alex Collins at captain, I'll be interested to see what his captain ownership is. It might be a little bit too high, but if you play Alex Collins at captain, like you can kind of do whatever you want after that. You can get both quarterbacks. You can get one of these top tier receivers. So you'll have a lot of salary to work with. And I think he's definitely my favorite cheap captain now. Got a $1.99 super chat from Matthew. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you, Matthew. You bet it, man. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that, brother. I ain't gonna lie, I have no cash left on the table. Hey, with Alex Collins as a value now, I mean, that should make it a little bit easier to fit in those top guys. I want, once the projections update, I want to give you guys a projection for him. I'm gonna be interested to see like what his ownership's gonna be once these update. It might take a minute, but I'm assuming Alex Collins will be like the clear value play that everyone goes to. What's your favorite pizza topping? I'll be honest, I'm pretty like bland. I just like cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza. I don't go crazy when it comes to pizza. Like cheese, pepperoni, bacon. That's what I like. I don't get like, I hate veggies on pizza. Like I literally, like I'm 22 years old and I eat like a 10-year-old. Like I hate veggie pizza. Meat lovers is okay, but I like just the basics. Thoughts on using either tight ends or kickers tonight? I think it's fine, but Alex Collins is the value guy that I would want to be playing, I think. You know, I'm going to prefer Alex Collins over the kickers now, if you make me choose. But yeah, I think the kickers are fine. I mean, the value outside of Alex Collins is not the best. Like, there's some guys that are cheap. Like, you could play Travis Homer, you could play DJ Dallas, but it's not like I'm super confident in those guys. Whereas Alex Collins is the one value that I am pretty confident in now. Homer or Dallas? I would probably take Travis Homer. I think Travis Homer is the backup running back. I think DJ Dallas might get a few touches too, but I think Travis Homer's the backup to Alex Collins, or he should be at least. You a Panthers fan? I mean, I'm not like a diehard Panthers fan, but if like you made me choose an NFL team to pull for, it's going to be the Panthers. Like, they're the closest team to me, to where I live. I live in South Carolina, so it's either like the Panthers or the Falcons, and I've actually been to both stadiums. But I would say I'm a Panthers fan more than a Falcons fan, I guess. Really, though, when it comes to sports, only diehard fans I am of is the Lakers, just because I'm a huge LeBron fan, and then Florida State. I've been a Florida State fan my whole life, sadly. What up, Noah? First time catching you live. I appreciate that, Alan. Man, we got the chat is flowing tonight, for sure. Appreciate all you guys being here. Thoughts on Homer? I mean, yeah, I think Homer is a solid value now. I don't think he's going to, like, project crazy, but for 1K, I mean, he doesn't need much to wind up being a good value at his salary. And I think you could definitely play Alex Collins and Homer together. Rarely do I play, like, two running backs together from the same team, but I think you could do that. So the projections have updated. Alex Collins he's projected for 12 Draftkings points, which is higher than... Yeah, that's higher than almost anybody in his price range. So Tyler Higbee's projected for 10, Van Jefferson's projected for 10, 7 for Freddie Swain, 6 for Deshaun Jackson. Yeah, I mean, Alex Collins is clearly the best value play on the board right now. Travis Homer, his projection is 6. I think that's pretty good for 1K. 6-point projection at $1,000. I mean, that's definitely solid. He's for sure in play now. But yeah, Alex Collins is like the best value by a long shot. I don't think the ownership hasn't updated yet, but I'll let you guys know what his ownership is when it updates. In one lineup, I'm fading a lot of people. I don't feel good about it, but at this point, I ain't never won a Showdown, so it is what it is. I mean, Showdown, man, there's a lot of variance in Showdown. Showdown's going to be something you probably don't win at consistently. You just got to hope that when you do win a Showdown slate that you chop first. I mean, I don't play Showdown like crazy. I usually just play like low stake stuff. And, you know, if I win, I win. If I lose, so be it. I focus a lot of my time into the main slate. Showdown's just kind of, I play for fun. You playing any Sony Michel? I don't think you need to go to Sony Michel now that we have just better value. Like, I'd rather play Travis Homer over Sony Michel if you're going to make me play a backup running back. You think Henderson's captain viable? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of captain viable options tonight. Like, I literally think you could play... I don't play quarterbacks at captain too often on Draftkings, but I think both quarterbacks are captain viable. You could play Cooper Kupp at captain. You could play Metcalf, Lockett, Henderson, Woods, Collins. Like, he's captain viable. Like, there's a lot of captains you could go to tonight. If I was playing 150 lineups, I would have a pretty, like, spread out captain player pool. Which normally I don't do that. Normally I pick, like, a few captains and just go all in on those guys. But on this slate, man, there's like 7, 8, 9 guys that are captain viable, in my opinion. Thoughts on Dorsett? I believe he was just called up. Yeah, Philip Dorsett was called up. I don't know. We really don't know what his involvement's going to be. So he was elevated from the practice squad. He will be active for tonight's game, but we just have no idea like how he's going to be involved. I don't think you need to go there. If you want to take the shot, fine, but I don't have any confidence in Philip Dorsett just because I don't really know how much he's going to be involved. You have fantasy points projections on Russ and Cup. Yeah, I can pull it up real quick. So Cooper Kupp's projected for 21.6 DK points. Russell Wilson 22. Russell Wilson, the highest projected player on the slate. Did you enjoy Space Jam 2? I have not seen Space Jam 2 yet. I might have to check it out though. Obviously LeBron's in it, so I might want to check it out. I heard it's like, I don't know, I heard it's like if you're an older person, you're just not going to enjoy it. It's like a kid's movie. But if it's got LeBron in it, if it's got like basketball stuff, I'll probably enjoy it. Like I know there's some like memes, like basketball memes in that movie. Shout out from Germany. Love your Showdown videos. I appreciate that, Chris, man. You watching from Germany. It's crazy. Appreciate you watching, man. Who you going with in this game? If you just like making me pick who I think wins, I can't bet on games where I legally where I live, but if you have me choose who I think wins, I think the Seahawks win tonight. You think Swain gets any running back work? No. I don't see why they would use Freddie Swain in the run game unless he gets like a couple end arounds. I mean, they're not going to line him up in the backfield. He might get like an end around or something, but that's probably it. He's not going to line up as a running back. You think Ramsey will lock up DK? I mean, I don't think Ramsey's going to shadow DK or Lockett. Like, Ramsey, I think, has been, like, moving all over the field this year. So, no, I don't think he will. I mean, I don't think he's going to shadow either one of those guys. Ramsey will move all over the field. I mean, DK Metcalf might be, like, the most unguardable wide receiver in the league. Like, he's so big, he's so strong, he's so fast. I don't care that Jalen Ramsey, even if he does shadow DK, I don't care. I would still play DK. And I'm a big Jalen Ramsey fan. I'm a Florida State fan, so I love Jalen Ramsey, but that wouldn't take me off of DK. Travis Homer or Sony Michel? Give me Travis Homer. Van Jefferson available in my keeper league. I have Kupp and Stafford. Should I get him? I mean, I guess you could. Like, I don't know if I'd be starting him in this game unless you just don't have any other options. Like, I would think there's probably other guys I'd be starting over Van Jefferson, but I don't know. Get him if you want, I guess. Would you play Lockett or Woods? I think I'd take Robert Woods, honestly, just for the savings. Showdowns are fun. The strategy can be interesting. I mean, yeah, showdowns, I think showdowns they're just a good way to get some action on the game, you know? I mean, sports betting's not legal everywhere, so, you know, some of us can't sports bet when it comes to these games, so we need to get some action somehow, and that's what Showdown's for. Or Prize Picks. You can play on Prize Picks, too. And if any of you have not signed up for Prize Picks yet, guys, use the promo code NOAH. When you sign up over there, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. So Prize Picks is another good way you can get some action in on the game if you don't want to play Showdown, I guess. I know Cash isn't popular on Showdown, but who would be your locks for Cash? I mean, I would say TJ, a lot of times in Cash games, you want to play both quarterbacks just because quarterbacks give you the highest floor. Definitely both quarterbacks and Alex Collins, and then kind of work from there. I'm not going to just give you a whole lineup, but I would say play both quarterbacks and play Alex Collins, and then see what you can fit with that. Is Carson for sure out? Yes. Chris Carson and Gerald Everett are both out. I think Lockett's hurt. I'm going Woods. Yeah, Lockett was dealing with an injury during the week. He's not on the injury report, but I guess, yeah, if you want to look at that, you can. I mean, Lockett's had back-to-back bad games. I don't know if he's hurt right now or what's going on, but after going nuclear weeks 1 and 2, it's now been back-to-back bad games for Tyler Lockett. But, you know, if you follow the trends when it comes to these guys, it seems like whenever Lockett does bad, he goes off the next week, and then whenever DK goes off, he does bad the next week. It's so crazy between those two. Because I definitely remember it last year. Like, I swear, every time I would play Lockett, Metcalf would go off, and then every time I'd play Lockett, Metcalf would go. Or every time I play Lockett, Metcalf would go off. Every time I play Metcalf, Lockett would go off. It was just so annoying. I could never get those two guys right last season. Go Knowles, I'm a big FSU fan. I'm an FSU fan for life, man. But godly, it's not fun right now. It's not fun right now being an FSU fan. You like Collins at captain? I think Alex Collins is a good captain option. It's not often that we find, you know, cheap captains that have upside, but you're getting a starting running back for, you know, whatever, 3 or 4K, which is just so rare. So yeah, Alex Collins has the upside to be the winning captain on the slate, or he could be. I mean, I think I'm going to be mainly focusing like on the top receivers. So Cooper Kupp, DK Metcalf, Lockett, Robert Woods. But if you want to go cheap at captain, yeah, definitely think Alex Collins is viable. Would you play Homer or the kicker? If you have the salary, I would play the kicker over Travis Homer. You think that Josh Gordon can be productive in Kansas City? I definitely scooped him off the waivers the moment I heard he was getting reinstated. I would love to see Josh Gordon, you know, just start to reestablish himself. I know he had like some, like he signed with Seattle, and I think he played a couple games with Seattle, but then, you know, something happened and he wasn't in the league anymore. I mean, he's obviously in Kansas City in probably the best offense in the league. He's gonna probably get opportunity, but who is he gonna be? For him to get a lot of snaps, who would he have to be playing ahead of? Like, I don't think they're going to play him ahead of McCole Hardman. They're not going to play him ahead of Pringle. Like, I don't know. But he's going to be playing with one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best. So he'll probably get some opportunity, I'm sure. That's definitely one of those things, like, yeah, when it was announced that he signed with KC, just pick him up in your league and see what happens. Over under Stafford, 297 projected passing yards. I like the over there, Tony. So if you want to take that over, I think that's totally fine. I think both overs on Prize Picks, Stafford and Russell Wilson, you could do on this or for this game. Like, I think Russell Wilson, his projection right now is like 265 or something. So I definitely like going over on that one as well. Let me check. Yeah, Russell Wilson's, I'm pretty sure, is still 265. Yeah, 265 passing yards for Russell Wilson, 297 for Stafford. I kind of like the over on both of those. Especially, you know, if we're assuming this is going to be a high-scoring game. And now with Chris Carson out, we might see Seattle throw the ball more tonight than they normally would, which obviously is going to benefit Russell Wilson. You like bone-in or boneless wings? I like both, TJ. I like both. I don't have a preference, really. General DK question, should I continue to take shots on NFL each week or save my stack for NBA? I mean, Aaron, that's your choice. I'm playing NFL every week. And I'll still be playing NFL when NBA gets here. But yeah, if you really, you know, if NBA is where you make a lot of your money, if that's what you have the most success in, then maybe just wait till NBA gets here. I couldn't imagine like sitting out an NFL slate though. I mean, I gotta have some action on NFL Sunday. Thanks for the insight as always, brother. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck, Tank. Good luck, my man. Yeah, I like that over, Chris. Over on Stafford's passing yards. That's definitely one of the picks I like on Prize Picks. DK and Matt Gay or Kupp and Homer. I would take DK and the kicker. So, yeah, DK and the kicker, the first one. Is Homer in play now or just a dart throw? I think he's actually in play, Rich. He's going to be the backup running back, or should be the backup running back behind Alex Collins. And he's actually projected for like 6 or 7 DK points. He's projected for, let's see, 6.1 DK points, which is really rare to find a guy at $1,000 that's projected for like more than 5 fantasy points. I mean, Travis Homer's projected for more than the defenses. He's projected for more than Sony Michel. He's almost got the same projection as Will Dissly and Travis Homer. So yeah, you could definitely play Will Dissly and Deshaun Jackson, excuse me. He's almost got the same projection as those guys. So yeah, you could for sure play Travis Homer on the slate. The ownership I'm looking at though on Alex Collins, I think it updated. I mean, it says total ownership for Alex Collins is going to be 25%. I mean, there's no fucking way. Like, Alex Collins might be 70% owned. So I'm guessing that hasn't updated yet. The projections I use have Alex Collins at, let's see, 3.4% projected captain ownership and total ownership 25%. Like, that's not going to happen. He's going to be way higher than that. I'm assuming they'll update that in a little bit. Who are your must 2 or 3 guys you are building lineups on? I mean, there's never must in DFS, man. Like, in the end, you know, we can say this guy's a must, but, you know, a guy could get hurt, something back. Like, there's never must plays in DFS, but I would say, like, Alex Collins is definitely the best value. He projects the best value on the slate right now. Usually I always like to play quarterbacks on Showdown slates, and definitely in this game that projects to be high scoring, I think the quarterbacks are really good options. So that's 3 guys for you right there. Van Jefferson or Deshaun Jackson? Give me Van Jefferson. Thoughts on Philip Dorsett? Yeah, Philip Dorsett got activated for this game, but I just have no idea like how much he plays, you know, how many snaps he plays, how many routes he's going to run. It's his first game, I'm pretty sure, with the team this year. or he might have played week 3, but I don't even think he got targeted once in week 3 against Jacksonville. That might have been last year, honestly. Yeah, I just have no idea how much Philip Dorsett plays. So that's just like a super risky dart throw. From KC, Eric Benenemy has said that Mahomes and Gordon has clicked since day one. Hey, well, that's good to hear, I guess, Ryan. If they've been practicing well together. I mean, Josh Gordon has always had talent. It's just a matter of if he can, get his act right. Captain Collins, then Wilson, Metcalf, Lockett, Woods, Jefferson, Big Turney. I mean, I think that's fine, Shy. I definitely think Alec Collins is captain viable on this slate. And then Wilson, Metcalf, Lockett obviously are good plays. Robert Woods is a good play. And then, yeah, Jefferson's fine to play as well. You could maybe get one of the... You could maybe play Matthew Stafford over one of those Seattle receivers. Like, that might be the safer play. But in a big tournament like that, if you're playing a large field GBP, maybe it makes sense to just fade Stafford in that lineup. Quick question for Sunday while I have you. Would you still play Boyd on Yahoo with Higgins possibly coming back? I mean, I still think Tyler Boyd's going to be a good option. I haven't dove too deep into the Sunday main slate yet, but Tyler Boyd, I mean, even if T. Higgins does play this week, Tyler Boyd will still be fine. I don't know what his price is on Yahoo, but he's still playable. I would obviously like him more, though, if Higgins were to be out. Would you take Homer over Sony Michel? Yeah, I would. We already answered that a few times. Definitely, if you're the cheapest player that I would play on this slate is probably Travis Homer. You could maybe play DJ Dallas, but I think Travis Homer is probably the cheapest guy that I would roster on this slate. Can't wait to watch your NBA lives. I think they're more fun than NFL maybe because I've been losing on my NFL lineups. Hey, I'm excited for NBA lives, man. I mean, the NBA streams, you guys always, show a ton of support on those. I know a couple of streams last year, we topped out at like 400 viewers. I mean, yeah, I'm so excited for NBA season. And it's crazy that it's literally like a week and a half away. It feels like the NBA season just ended, and now it's starting back up again. But I love NFL as well, man. NFL is a sport I've always been a huge fan of. And obviously, NFL DFS is great. It's so fun. Can't wait for NBA to start during the week and the NFL on Sundays. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I like having something to play during the week when there's no NFL. I mean, you could play baseball, I guess, but I mean, at this point, baseball is just like, I'm kind of tired of baseball. So yeah, when NBA starts, man, we're gonna be playing NBA during the week, and then Sunday we'll be grinding NFL on Sundays. How can I see projections for the lineups? I pay for them, Ace for Spade. There's all kind of sites out there you can get projections from. I pay for these though personally, so I'm not just gonna I don't want to give them out for free when I pay for them. But there's a lot of sites out there that offer projections, ownership projections. $18. Higgins is 19. Yeah, I mean, I think Boyd would be fine then, Chris. Even if Higgins plays, like $18 for Tyler Boyd, that's still fine. But again, I haven't fully dove into the main slate yet. So, do you play preseason? I don't play preseason, Ryan, and that might be something I get into maybe next year or something. But when NFL's going on, NFL is what I really focus on. And I know preseason, man, you got to be on top of stuff when it comes to preseason. You got to be following the news. You got to, be looking at injury reports, making sure that you're rostering is actually going to get minutes. Preseason, I would say you got to be glued to your computer. So, for now, I don't play preseason. I don't think I'm going to play. I'll just, whenever the regular season gets here, that's when I'll start, making NBA content. Thoughts on Collins at captain with Russ, Stafford, Metcalf, Higbee, and Jefferson? I think that's very solid on it, Patrick. I like that a lot. Leave a like, guys. Yeah, leave a like, man. Leave a like. We'll be live for just a few more minutes, so if you have any last minute questions, you can throw them in chat. But I appreciate all you guys being here. If you have not yet, please do click that like button. Collins at captain with Russ, Stafford, Kupp, Henderson, and Homer. I think that's also very solid, Ryan. Again, I think it's fine to play Collins and Homer together, just because they're both so cheap. There's definitely a possibility that Alex Collins scores 15 DraftKings points tonight, and Travis Homer scores 6 DraftKings points, and they're both in the winning lineup. So, yeah, you could definitely do that. My lineup would have smashed last night, but I had no clue Jokic and Curry was going to play one half till season's back. Yeah, I would say that's the That's what I don't miss about not playing preseason. I mean, I'm sure, like, I would love to play preseason and, sweat basketball and watch basketball, but it would be so tilting. You roster a guy and then he gets pulled, or he just randomly stops playing the rest of the game. Yeah. I mean, you can't expect stars to play much of the game anyway during preseason. Favorite prize picks plays? There's a good amount that I like tonight. I would say going over on the quarterbacks I like a lot. It's going to be a high-scoring game, or at least it should be. So both overs on quarterbacks' passing yards, I like both of those, especially Russell Wilson's. I think his passing yard projection at 265 is probably way too low, especially now that we know Chris Carson's going to be out. We might see Seattle throw the ball a little bit more tonight than they normally would with Carson out. So over on both quarterbacks I like. And then after that, like, there's a couple you could take. Like DK Metcalf I'm pretty high on. I would prefer him over Tyler Lockett on this slate. So if you want to go over on DK Metcalf, over on Cooper Kupp, those are ones I like too. But I'm liking a lot of overs on prize picks. Normally when we have a game like this that's projected to be really high scoring, it's projected to stay close. These are the type of games where I go, just over on a lot of guys and just hope that we get a shootout. I don't think I'd be betting many unders on prize picks tonight. You put any of that money away from last week? Oh yeah, I withdrew most of it. I left enough in my Yahoo account to, play what I want to play for the main slate this week, but I went ahead and withdrew pretty much all the rest. And goddamn, is that a good feeling when you have a big win like that and you get to withdraw all that money? Feels good, man. You don't get those big wins often, so when you do get them, you gotta definitely take advantage of. You gotta cherish it, I would say. Running back or wide receiver for captain? I mean, you can play, like, both running backs are captain viable for me. Darrell Henderson, Alex Collins, I think both you can play at captain. And then, there's so many receivers that you could play at captain. Cooper Kupp, DK, Lockett, Robert Woods. All those guys are captain viable. So I guess it just comes down to how you want to build your lineup. I think there's like 6-7 captains you could use on this slate. And I just mentioned basically most of them. Any good Yahoo picks for tonight? I haven't really looked at the Yahoo slate. I know on Yahoo, I tend to always play both quarterbacks on Yahoo just with how their roster construction is. And I tend to always play quarterbacks in the MVP spot, or the superstar is what they call it. Just because on Yahoo, there's no salary difference. You're just trying to get the highest scoring player in the superstar spot. And always, quarterbacks are usually always close to the highest scoring players on Yahoo. So I like playing Russell Wilson like a superstar, and then, let's see. I mean, for value, yeah, Alex Collins is only $15. That's a really good value. Robert Woods is only $19. I like that a lot on Yahoo. But, yeah, I would say that's just kind of how I look at Yahoo. I would say playing quarterbacks at the MVP or at the superstar on Yahoo is something I do a lot. Whereas on Draftkings, I'm more focused on receivers and running backs, especially on Draftkings with it, being full PPR scoring. Thanks for all your content, Noah. Good luck tonight. Appreciate the $9.99 super chat, Ryan. Thank you, my man. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Thanks, as always, to everyone being here. Thanks for all the super chats today. We got a lot of super chats. Ryan, Nick, Matthew, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the super chats. Appreciate all your support. We'll be back Sunday morning for the live stream. I'll have my main slate video up probably sometime on Friday tomorrow. Full breakdown of the main slate, going through each position, talking through all my favorite plays for the main slate. And then obviously we will be live Sunday morning talking through the main slate, answering any questions you got. So I'll see you guys then. Best of luck tonight, and yeah, good luck, fellas. Good luck.